We had to redo everything I did. I messed up real bad. The boss was not happy with my work. Is it because we're monsters?
Yeah.
Wonder if this is gonna be a pain in the butt. The thing is, his life was already threatened by a neighbor. Yep. I'm out here by myself today. Jess is working on finishing some stuff up. So I'm actually gonna fill some bags. Actually, I filled some bags here, but Jess is usually the one. She does the tape measuring and gets everything just perfect. Guess that's gonna be my job today. And it's just gonna be for part of the hallway. Getting good at this. Just better watch out for her job. So I'm gonna fill them up with gravel, get them laid down, and then I'll bring her out here for barbed wire. I definitely don't trust myself for barbed wire. Okay, I'll admit it, the third bag didn't go so well. Got it done now. Looking good. All right, 4 bags, easy peasy. This will act as buttressing for the dome and also the hallway between the 2 domes, so dual purpose. We're gonna finish off this row of bags for the hallway. I got the gravel ready, I got the bags ready, I got the Jess ready, and we got the pro at work here, okay? So we had to redo everything I did. I messed up real bad. I had to bring everything up, move everything around. She wasn't happy with it.
Just a little bit.
The boss was not happy with my work. So she's out here now. We can make sure everything is on the up and up out here. Crew's giving me his kisses. Such a sweet doggy.
One thing we get asked a lot is why we keep Crew tied up.
Is it because we're monsters?
Yeah.
I get it. A lot of people leave their dogs just to kind of let them run around. There's plenty of space.
Yeah, we have 40 acres here.
And honestly, he's an older dog, so he's probably not going to wander much. So he's probably not going to wander around much. He'd probably just hang around us for the most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
Very protective and very loyal, these dogs.
Yep.
But the thing is, he is an American Akita.
So I guess to kind of explain why we do this, we have to get into a little bit about that breed. When Crew came into our lives, we did a little bit of reading about Akitas and understanding that breed and their genes kind of helped us to understand his behavior and his needs and desires.
So Akitas, I mean, they get a bad rap sometimes, like that they're incredibly
aggressive,
a very aggressive breed, and he can have aggressive tendencies. You know, he has a very high prey drive and very protective.
So the Akita breed originally came from Japan. They were bred to be hunting dogs. They would hunt bears.
You gotta have a bear to hunt a bear, right?
Yeah.
That's what they're kind of called amongst the Akita set. They're called bears.
Mm-hmm. And also to guard homes and sometimes for dog fighting. That kind of selective breeding really explains a lot about Crew's behavior. You know, genes are kind of a variable thing, but it can kind of predict the likelihood of certain behaviors.
Does this bring back memories? Barbed wire at ground level? You're sitting down, crouching. Got a crouching tiger, hidden dragon over here. You knew I was gonna do that. I gotta get better materials. Wonder if this is gonna be a pain in the butt.
The barbed wire.
At least like going over the floor here. How's it doing it on the gravel bags?
It's not bad. So with Crew, he definitely has those hunting instincts. He'll chase an animal of any size, and he's not afraid.
It can be a positive thing, but it also can be a negative thing. he'll put his life out there to either hunt something or to protect us. And he won't even think twice about it.
So that's one reason why we want to make sure he is where we can see him and make sure that he's safe. Like other Akita owners often know, Akita experts will say their recall isn't good. It's really hard to call them back when they're in that moment chasing that prey and they really want to go after it.
If you can train your Akita from a really young age, they might be better with it. But even still, even some of the best trained Akitas, you have to be careful because that instinct could kick in and they're gone.
If he came across an animal that could hurt him, or just running into a place where he could get hurt or he could do some damage to someone else or someone else's property, we don't want that either.
Because barbed wire fences don't mean anything to this guy. If he sees an animal that he wants to get at, he'll run right through it and he won't even think twice about it. Woo! All right, well, today is another day. Sun is shining, nice and warm. Well, maybe not too warm. Looks like Jess has still got about 4 or 5 layers on over there. She's still a little chilly, but I'm down in just a t-shirt. But we're ready to go. I got dirt prepped. We got bags ready. We got Jess ready. She's out here. That's it. That's all you need. What else do you need?
Tape measure.
Oh, we need a tape measure and we need the slider. But other than that, we are ready to go. Yeah, let's get it done, y'all. One of the big concerns we had from the last video is having gravel in the bottom layer of the bags of the house. And I assure you, we didn't just make that up ourselves. It wasn't just something that we thought we'd try. It is a time-tested method that people do use. It just provides a little of that layer so that moisture doesn't get wicked up into the bags.
I think if we were in a wetter climate, we might even go up higher with the gravel. 2,
maybe even 3 rows. And, there's a lot of concern like, oh, what if the bags deteriorate? It might cause slumping or something like that. These bags will not deteriorate. Once you cover it, these bags will last for a very long time. So, if you think of like the sturdiness of gabions, if you're familiar with gabions or gabions, it's just basically a loose rock held together by wire mesh. Same thing with this. Kind of loose rock, but tamped together and then held together by the bags. It'll last for a while.
Another thing about Akitas is they were bred to guard homes. So they're very protective of their owners. So it's possible if they see someone that they're unfamiliar with, they could attack them if they think they're a threat. So we definitely don't want that to happen.
First off, I want to say a big thanks to Peter for stopping over the other day. Tremendous help in getting course number 2 done. It was a monster of a course, eh?
Oh yeah.
It might be one of the biggest courses that we have to do before we start the other dome. These first 2 were monsters, weren't they?
Yeah.
But we got the hallway started and, well, we're getting up there. Big thanks to Pete. Thank you, Pete.
Thanks, Peter.
You could be at that for a while.
Look, he found the spot.
You give him a hand there?
Yeah.
Sometimes he needs a little help. That's a good pack activity there.
Akita's being bred for dog fighting at one time. He does have aggressive tendencies toward other dogs, and I don't know if that's the genetics or if there's something that happened to him when he was younger.
And this guy is very dominant. So if he meets another dog,
He will assert that dominance.
he will assert that dominance. And if that, depending on how that other dog acts, will depend on how that relationship goes. It has to be submissive like that. We talked about this a little bit before in our lives, but if he gets into a neighbor's property, people said, oh, no one's gonna shoot him or anything like that. But the thing is, his life was already threatened by a neighbor.
So we did have an experience when we first moved to this property. We were walking Crew just down the road, and we passed by a neighbor's house, one of our closest neighbors, and that neighbor had a German Shepherd. And that German Shepherd raced out right onto the road. It wasn't tied up or anything, and it started barking and growling and snarling at us. You know, Crew was ready to fight. And
As always.
obviously that German Shepherd was ready to fight too.
Luckily, nothing happened. We had Crew on a leash.
Yes, as we always do, which I was really glad we did at that time.
Otherwise, that would have been bad. And we were able to pull him back. Luckily, nothing happened that day. We walked the other way. I think I got his dog back. He really rolled up onto our property the next day, talking about how if the two dogs got into it, he would shoot our dog.
So if Crew was loose and he happened to wander just a little ways down the road and got into a fight, yeah, there's a good chance that he could get shot. And there's a lot of other ranchers that live around this area that have firearms, and they probably wouldn't hesitate to shoot a stray dog if they thought their animals were in danger.
Because Crew will get him some cows.
Oh yeah, you know that. And plus there's a lot of other wild animals around here, like snakes and scorpions and things that might hurt him.
We gotta make sure he's safe. Good morning. Still gotta finish off course number 2, and I'm out here shoveling away, getting dirt prepared. A lot of rocks. Yeah, it takes a lot of material to fill these bags. Super heavy. So I've had some people ask, well, why not take the bags over to where the dirt or the gravel is, fill it up there, and then bring the bags back and lay them down. Once these bags are full of whatever, rock, soil,
Very hard to move.
very difficult to move. That's why when she fills the bag, she does it in place. She doesn't have to lift the bags at all. She just lays the bags down.
I don't have that kind of strength. Yeah, I just
No one has that kind of strength.
flop them over. And, you know, once they're over, it's hard. That's it.
That's it. It's pretty much there. You can kind of
make-
shift it a little.
Yeah, make like minor adjustments, but you're not going to be lifting them. So. And in case you're wondering, Crew sleeps inside with us.
I often put the camera on him in the morning, and I open the door and I say, good morning. Good morning. But he sleeps on the couch inside the nice warm trailer.
And while we're out here working, he's out here where he can see us. He likes to be, you know, somewhere where he can keep an eye on us.
He's always watching us.
Yep. So he's pretty much with us all the time, inside or outside.
He's our big baby. And it's been taking you kind of a little bit to get used to the size of the smaller bags versus the larger bags.
It changes the dimensions when it's filled versus when it's empty versus when it's tamped.
It's one of those things that's kind of a little bit more of an art than a science, right?
I guess. Well, it's both.
Okay, well, you haven't figured out the science yet. You haven't done the numbers yet, right?
Not yet.
So you got to get a feel for it.
Gotta get a feel for it first.
Course number 2 is, well, it's built. We got a lot of tamping to do. So, man, what a massive course. But now we're just going to get to tamping, and then course number 2 should be one and done.
After this house is built, we'd like to put up some kind of solid fence or wall to create a yard where Crew can run around off his leash or just be free to do whatever he wants. And it would be nice if we could wall off other portions of our property too, so that he has a larger area where he can kind of roam around or follow us around and he can do so safely where we don't have to worry about him.
So I know a lot of people are probably wondering what's been happening with my mom. I have so much pressure off. She's doing so much better. I think at this point she's still in the ICU, but she has the ventilator out.
She's breathing on her own.
And she's breathing on her own.
That's wonderful.
That is amazing. I think she is hooked up to a machine, just like a mask that she has on. But I mean, this is absolutely incredible. It's fantastic news. So thank you so much, everyone, for all the prayers, well wishes, and everything, the positive energy. I really think it's made a difference. All right, so course number 2, I wish we could start filling more bags for course number 3, but I actually have a lot of work to do at this point. We're gonna be putting in door buckings, backfilling a little bit, so much to go on at this point. So, a lot of work to do, but we're building on up. You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready for this house? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a friend or two. Why not? We'll catch you in the next video, everyone.